What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Instagram, and we're going to talk about how to brand your Instagram account and how to set it up to give you the ability to network with other people that are in your space. So if you haven't seen our last video, I'm going to link that down in the description below, but we talked about whether or not you should take your Instagram and leave it as a personal account, or whether you should transfer it and move it into a business account. And we kind of talked about both sides of that. This is going to be the follow-up to that video. So let's talk about a couple things that you can do to possibly change your Instagram and make it more user-friendly and make it a better experience for your customers. This video is going to mainly be for people that are setting up their business account and setting up their Instagram to serve a purpose, to sell goods, whatever it might be that's business related. Not too long ago, I did a video on tips and tricks for vloggers, and I'm gonna link that down below as well. But when I put that video out, I got contacted by a couple people that I know, and they asked me if I could just look over their YouTube channel and look over their Instagram and see if there's any criticisms that I would make or any advice I'd give them to add things or fix things to make it better for them. I did that for a couple people, and I kind of looked in it real quick, and right off the bat, there was a lot of things that people could have just made subtle changes that just made the experience better for their audience. And for most people, it was almost the same thing that I would suggest to almost all of the people. So what I want to do is share that with you guys and see if these are things that you might want to change on your Instagram as well. So let's go through them now. So one of the things that I had suggested to a couple people was, if you have an Instagram set up for your business, on the top where it says @ your actual handle is at the top of the page. So let's say for me, I have a snake page, right? I breed and sell ball pythons and reptiles. So at the top of my page, it's gonna say @SFB Exotics. And then under that is gonna be my profile photo. And then I have the ability to put a name. So a lot of times people put the exact same name again. They put their business name again. What I had suggested to some people is, if you're gonna be working in a space where you wanna deal with a customer directly, whether you are the sole creator, so in this space of selling snakes, you're somewhat of an artist. You are breeding certain snakes together. You're trying to make and create certain hatchlings that you want to sell to the public. As an artist, you want to be the face of your company and say, this is something that I made. So what I would suggest you do is, where your name is under your profile photo, is to actually put what your name is. So mine says @SFB Exotics, and then down under my profile picture, it says Chris Graham. That way people know exactly who they're dealing with and who they're talking about. So in the space of selling snakes, a lot of times people refer to breeding companies by either A, the company name, or the name of the breeder. So there's been times where I have followed certain companies and I know the name of the company because I see it on their Instagram handle, but then somebody has talked to me about a certain breeder and I said, oh, I don't know who that breeder is. And when they give me the company name, I'm like, oh yeah, I follow the company, but I didn't know that was the name of the person that ran the company. So being that you do have an identity in this type of space, in this type of company, I would suggest you put your name. So when somebody goes to your Instagram, they know who you are. They know what your name is. So if you go into the public space, like if you go to an expo or an event and you're walking around and you want to network, since that's what this video is about, you want to meet people. You want to go up to people and introduce yourself, and you want to talk to people. And I think that's all great. But the problem is, a lot of times people never put their own photos of who they are on their Instagram. So when you go through their Instagram page, there might be a lot of photos of, if we're still talking about snakes, there might be a lot of photos of snakes. Or if you sell a certain product, there might be a lot of photos of your product, but no photos of you. And a lot of people don't want to put themselves in their pictures, but it's important if you plan to meet people and represent yourself in your company. So when I go to an expo and I see you, I can go up to you and say, oh, you're the person that runs this Instagram. You're the person that breeds these snakes. Or if somebody comes up to me and says, hey, how are you, Chris? And they leave it at that, I feel bad saying, who are you? And they say, oh, I'm so-and-so. And they give me their name. And then I'm like, well, I still don't know who you are. And then they say, oh, my business name is this. And then I say, okay, I know your business name, but I didn't even know your first name because you don't list it on your profile. And I don't know what you look like because you've never posted a photo of yourself. So my first two critiques are gonna be, add photos of yourself so we know what you look like, and put your name in your profile so we know what your first name is. So those are my first two critiques that I would say, those should be the easiest and quick fixes. So go check your Instagram profile and see if your name is listed, and see if you have any photos in the last 12 posts that you've made. Is your face in any of those? Comment down below if it's not and you think it's something that you need to add to your profile. So the next change that I would tell you to make is if you didn't make your account into a business account yet, do that. So in my last video, like I said, the link is gonna be down below in the description. Watch that because I go through all the reasons and I'll list them really quickly now of why you should make your profile into a business page. Once you make it into a business page, you get a lot more options, such as you can put a link to your website in your bio. You can also add your email and a phone number if you'd like, and now you get buttons in your bio so people can call you directly or they can email you directly. If you don't want people to call you at all hours of the night, or if you don't want people to call you at all, just put your email address. But now, instead of just through a DM, you can get an email from somebody. If you would like, you can get phone calls from people, and then you can also put a link to your website in the bio. So there's a lot more features, and those are just a couple to name a few of things that you get when you switch to a business profile. So my next critique would be move your profile into a business setting. Okay, my next suggestion for you to make on your business profile, if now it's set to business, is to use that call to action. In the bio, it allows you to put a link. Use that link. Use it for whatever you think you need to. If you have a website to sell snakes or to sell a product or whatever website you have, put that in the bio. If you just have a YouTube channel that you might want people to follow, put that in the channel. In the bio, what I would also suggest you do is right above that, write what you want people to do. So even though you have a link, most people won't click it. Tell people exactly what to do on your profile. Put an emoji with a down arrow. Put an emoji with the little hand pointing down. Use an emoji that just tells you to look down and tell people what to do. Click on my link. Subscribe to my channel. Click this link and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click this link to see my latest video. Click this link to buy snakes directly from my website. Put your call to action, tell people what you want to do, and put a link to send them somewhere. Utilize the features that you get when you switch to a business profile. So I have two more suggestions to make. One is gonna be post videos on occasion, talking about what you do. Make a video where people can see you. Make a video that you talk about, here's what the services I have to offer. Here's the products that I have. Here's a description of what I have. That way people can see that you actually care for and you cherish the stuff that you're making, that you take pride in it. So make those videos. They don't have to be long. They don't have to be edited too crazy. But if you're trying to sell a service, put your face to the product and say, this is the product I make. This is why it's amazing, and this is why you should buy it. So take a few minutes, every once in a while, just make a quick video and just talk about the items that you are selling. The last thing that I would suggest that you do is be engaging, is to go onto your Instagram and to comment on people's photos, follow people in the community that you're at. And another thing that you can do is go to, if you're selling a product, go to a competitor's Instagram page and see who follows them. And then go through that list of people and follow those people. Because when you start to follow them, they might see your business and follow you back. So that's just another way for you to find people that obviously like the things that you do. If they follow your competitor and they like their products, they might like yours as well. So reach out to all of those people. Following people is very important because if you want to be engaging in the community, if you want to follow other people and network with people, it's just a sign of respect to follow certain people and say, hey, I'm interested in what you do. I would hope that you follow me in return. And with sticking with engagement, the last thing I'll say before I end this video is I tell people to join the conversation. Don't necessarily try to start a conversation. What I mean by that is if there's something that you're interested in, say it's politics, say it's breeding snakes, say it's cars, current event articles in the news, whatever it might be, use hashtags and search hashtags that might be relevant to those type of items. So if it is something that you like, say snakes, specifically ball pythons, go to that hashtag, find pictures and videos that are trending at the time, and find where the conversation's at and what people are talking about, and then join that conversation. Start commenting on the things that you know about, and that way you can be engaging with people that are on Instagram, instead of trying to make a post about that same topic and hoping that people come into that conversation. Because you might make a post that nobody sees, and you're not gonna get engagement that way. So find a post that already has engagement, that already has people on it, they're already commenting, and it's a very active post. So when you find those active posts, join the conversation and start commenting. And it's a great way to meet people that way and get people to start following who you are and what you're about. So those are my tips for today on how to help brand your business and also to make your Instagram more network friendly. So when you go to events, people know your name, they know who you are, they know what you look like, they know what things that you sell, and they can see you interacting with people. So those are my tips for today. If you like this video, please hit the like button down below, share this with somebody, share this with a friend. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button, and next to it, hit the little bell notification so that way you get notified the next time I post a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll have another video out next week.